Welcome to Baz Travels. After driving 14,826 kilometers through 24 states and Washington DC, I've seen rocket launches to the Grand Canyon and Hoover Dam. I've explored Route 66, ghost towns, deserts, snow, and beaches on both coasts. From Vegas casinos to Alcatraz, the White House to Hollywood. Join me for a journey of the ordinary and the extraordinary.
Loading destination. Simulation starting in 3, 2, 1. To look around, move your phone or tablet. Click and drag if on a computer or move your head if using a VR headset. Please like and subscribe.
Chicago did something unusual with this section of the lakefront, because instead of letting development fragment the area, it concentrated multiple major institutions into a single coordinated system that can handle scale, movement, and purpose all at once. This area is known as Museum Campus, but that name only captures part of what is happening here. It is not just a collection of buildings, it is a structured environment where different types of infrastructure, cultural institutions, and open space are integrated to work together, competing for the same functions. At one end, there is Soldier Field, which operates as a high-capacity event venue capable of handling large crowds on specific schedules. That introduces a burst load problem, where thousands of people arrive and leave within short time frames, and the surrounding area has to absorb that without breaking down. Nearby, the Adler Planetarium operates at a completely different scale, focusing on controlled educational experiences that depend on precision and consistency rather than volume. It represents a system built around knowledge delivery, where timing, sequencing, and environments are carefully managed. The Field Museum and Shed Aquarium sit within the same campus, adding further layers of complexity, because they attract steady flows of visitors throughout the day rather than concentrated peaks. That creates a continuous load rather than a burst load, which requires a different kind of spatial management. What makes this work is how the campus distributes these different demands. Instead of stacking everything into a dense cluster, the layout uses open space to separate functions while still keeping them connected. That allows each institution to operate at its own scale without interfering with the others, which is a key principle in system design. There is also a historical layer that explains how this configuration came to exist. Meigs Field, which once occupied part of this area, was a small airport that operated directly on the lakefront. It introduced a completely different function into the system, one based on aviation rather than public access, and its presence reflects an early approach to landing use. When Meigs Field was closed and removed, the space was reabsorbed into the campus and redesigned to support public use. That shift represents a broader change in priorities, where access, environment, and public space became more important than maintaining a specialized transport function in that location. From a systems perspective, this is a relocation of resources. Land that once supported a narrow function was converted into space that supports multiple uses, increasing the overall efficiency of the area. That is a common pattern in cities that evolve over time, where older systems are replaced by ones that better match current needs. There is also a strong relationship between the campus and Lake Michigan. The entire area sits at the edge of a massive natural system, and that influences how it is designed and used. Open space provides a buffer. Institutions are positioned to take advantage of that location, and movement patterns are shaped by the boundary between land and water. What makes the museum campus effective is that it operates as a coordinated system rather than a collection of independent parts. Each element has a defined role, and the layout ensures that those roles complement each other instead of creating conflict. The underlying idea is straightforward. When multiple systems share the same space, they need to be arranged so that each can operate at its required scale, and this campus shows how this can be done without losing efficiency or flexibility.
Simulation terminated. Please comment, like and subscribe.